My name is Naeem Bari, and I work for Linxup. Linxup is a fleet telematics provider for the most part, although we do a bunch of different things as well, including dash cams and asset tracking. We've been a core customer for over 10 years now, and the main reason we use core is because we don't want to have separate deals with individual carriers. So rather than have deals with carrier A, carrier B, carrier C, and all the integrations and all of the support challenges that brings, we just integrate once with core, and it's been a fantastic relationship. So not only do we have just the one integration point, we also find that core provides us better engineering and technical expertise than we would get directly with a carrier. So that's why we've used core all these years. We also use core to fulfill some of our devices, where core actually sells the devices to us and gets them out and sends them out to our customers, to us as well. And it's been a pretty good relationship so far, and we hope to see it continue. There's certainly been lots of little challenges, technical challenges along the way for particular things that we have worked closely with core's engineers to help resolve, which would have been very difficult to do without core's help. So certainly appreciate it there. If you look at current pain points, we recently got done with the 3G sunset. Again, in that, also core was pretty instrumental. We had some weird issues that we needed to work through that core was pretty helpful in diagnosing and figuring out what the next steps to resolve those were. That went pretty well, or as well as a 3G sunset could go. And then supply chain was and remains a challenge, although not as much of a challenge anymore than what it was. And that's one area, so supply chain issues, and then the eSIM product that core has coming out. Those two things, I think, are where we see the future with core. In particular with eSIMs, we can see, because we already have access to devices that work across all networks, so having that data portion be able to work and switch carriers at will, if it's a particular coverage gap with this carrier, coverage gap with that carrier, be able to switch between different native profiles, I think that's pretty powerful. So we've been waiting for core to bring that online for a while. I know it's been in pilot for a while, but it looks like it's now up and running, and that'll probably be a project for us to collaborate with core on in the next 6-7 months or so. The other thing that we've started talking about that's been on our roadmap for a while, and we actually didn't think about core when we were originally thinking about it, till we recently learned that core is also betting on it a little bit as well. So we're also looking at low value, high volume assets, where you have a lot of assets that are cheaper, that are harder to service with just a traditional IoT cost structure that's in place now. So we've been looking at LoRa as an LPWAN play that might be of interest to us. Not sure, but we're in that evaluation stage, and it's interesting that core seems to be playing in that space as well. So there's more conversations to come as far as roadmap goes, and to do our visions align, and if so, then that's probably something we'd collaborate with core as well. The only thing that I'll add is, your biggest value is, and which I would say core shouldn't lose sight of as you go towards the future. You guys definitely have good stuff in the works and good people, and you're doing great stuff. Your main thing is still the fact that you allow your customers to not have to deal with the individual vagaries, both technical and support-wise, with the carriers, because their expertise and their commitment to customers varies quite a bit. Whereas you work with core, that you have the one face that basically takes care of all of those things for you. That's been the biggest value add for us with core, and we hope that continues.